On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Nix, I want to ask you a question. Do you feel as though, being someone that has lied before, do you feel as though when you're in the act of lying that it's not
He
as
gonna forever live that down.
Mm.
huh? What happened?
What happened?
Being someone that has lied before, be nice.
Yeah, I
I've
made a
lied
mental note of
before.
that
I've
answer.
lied before as well. I've
Well,
lied
The,
before.
well,
you
I
know
was
how I am about labeling, but I did. I was just gonna bring that up later, but I did
okay.
make a note.
Well, being someone that has lied before, do you feel as
I'm
though
gonna reiterate it. All right.
lie, lying, lied, and liar? Lie, lying, lied, and liar. I know it's a mystery to you guys on the panel. I'm gonna break this down for you. In a relationship, when someone lies, they become a liar. They have to always hear you've lied, and because they've lied, they will remain a liar in that person's eyes. I think there's like a deeper meaning to why people lie, and I want to start off by asking you guys your personal opinions. Why do people lie? Be next.
I got two answers. The first thing, people lie in order to protect the significant other's feelings, right? To protect their feelings. So I didn't tell you the truth because I knew how you would respond. So I'm doing it for your own good. I don't care for that because, like, who are you to say that you're doing something on my behalf? Give me the option. The second answer is that people lie because, hey, you don't want someone to know what's happening in the dark. So I think that it kind of goes back to, what is your intention? What is the intentionality of the lie? Is it more so to protect the person, or really to get away with doing something that's mischievous or that shouldn't happen?
Okay. Tawana, in your personal opinion, why do people lie?
Me, a combination of reasons, like B Nick said. Sometimes it's to cover up embarrassment. Sometimes it's to help people feel better about themselves, or to have other people look at you differently than what you are. You're trying to cover up something, trying to protect someone. In your mind, you're protecting them by lying. A lot of people lie just, to protect family members, friends, themselves. So, there's no one reason why people lie. Some people are just pathological liars and selfish. And some people, really are just trying to, think that they're doing the right thing. And some people have good intention, but, end up doing something negative by lying to cover up whatever it is. So, yeah, it's a variety of reasons to me.
Anton, personal opinion, why do people lie?
I'm gonna approach it a little bit differently, and I'm gonna say that I don't think it's any of those. I think all of those then become the secondary reasons as to why they live in that lie. But I think the overwhelming majority of people's behaviors, especially as it relates to lying, comes from they haven't been shown the benefits of the truth. And so a lot of times what you see, especially on social media and in society, you see people living in a lie and then them showing the benefits of that lie. But nobody actually highlights and shows the benefits of the truth, which ultimately lead to people living in whatever it is that they want to live in to ultimately get the results that they think they're going to get. But I think that people just haven't been shown the benefits of the truth. So, for example, I've always believed in my entire life, ever since I was a little kid, that I would never lie to a woman in order to get her to sleep with me. And so the idea behind that has always been, I know that women will initially be appalled by the idea of me telling them exactly what it is that I'm interested in when I meet them, but they'll ultimately have way more respect, and I'm playing a long game, so I know that I'll get the prize from people, and I'll never have the repercussions that come with guys that lie in order to get what it is that they want, whether it be a woman scorned, whether it's creating a situation where she find out who you really is, and then the repercussions that come with that. But I just think that I'd rather have the 5% that's really feeling me for who I am versus 85% thinking I am something that I'm not and then I have to keep up with that in order to justify how they're viewing me. So again, I just think that people haven't been shown the benefits of the truth, and they haven't had great examples to emphasize that versus what we glorify in society as people that highlight this 95% think I'm rich or I'm lying, I'm a lie to get what I want, and then they have to deal with the consequences later. It's just so much sweeter on the other side of the truth.
Hey, Anton, I had a question. So you mentioned about this is something that really just kind of it's innate for you, that you just know that this is just who you are, who you were, and who you are right now. Like, was there a particular moment, or how was you introduced to knowing that, hey, I'm gonna dedicate myself to always being truthful? Like, where did that come from for you?
Good question.
This is gonna be the bad part. See, I thought I was doing good, but now I gotta introduce. But I gotta be honest. It came from pimps. And I've always been fascinated, not necessarily by the idea that of what pimps were doing. I thought it was deplorable how they were using women to get what they want, but I thought it was absolutely awesome that the overwhelming majority of them were honest as far as what it was that they were communicating, and that they were still getting the results. Because most people would say, I can't understand why that woman would be with him or why she would give him her money. And he would just be like, yo, this is what it is. And he would just tell her exactly what it is and so on and so forth. And I always been fascinated by the idea that they can be absolutely transparent in who they are, what their intentions are, and what ideas they have for that woman, and for her to still be dedicated to him. That fascinated me more than the other guys that was lying and then had to protect themselves retroactively because the results wasn't what the ultimate results wasn't what they thought it was going to be. So honestly, that's where it came from. I was just always fascinated by the idea that people was being honest with women and still getting what they wanted. That was from a very early age.
I don't know if they being honest. I mean, okay.
Hey,
I mean,
I doubt that they're being honest. I feel like that is the last thing that they're doing. I think part of the whole idea of being a pimp is to manipulate and to lie to women. That's the whole entire idea and premise. So how can you say that if you learned your morality from them? Come on now. And we just let that slide. You just let that slide.
Morality plays no role in it. And that's why I said I don't necessarily agree with what they did. I don't think it's right what they're doing. I just think that it's impressive that people can be honest about what they say, how they want things to play out. And if you look at and have look at a lot of these interviews, because I look at interviews with like women that former prostitutes and all of that. It's a channel called Soft White Underbelly, where he try to help people get off the street and he interviews them and stuff like that. The idea behind it is that they understand exactly what they ask them. Like the women ask the guy to make them what they need to be to give them the courage to do what they want to do. Like they want to play that role in their head in order for them to go out and do the things that they're doing every day. So it's a misunderstanding for most people to think that these women don't understand what they're getting into. And of course, it's going to be some bad things. It's some bad people in every profession. But overwhelmingly, a lot of these guys.
Actually, I agree with you, but
no, I don't agree.
I think about the aspect of being truthful, but the thing is,
pimps are honest people.
But the thing is,
pimps are honest men.
A pimp, everybody doesn't have a pimp. Tawana, you don't have a pimp. Plenty of people don't have pimps. So the thing is, it's a woman that's wanting to have someone to be truthful. So the thing is, you got to respect the fact that someone is actually being upfront, honest about the expectations. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those like, hey, it may be somebody with a certain temperament that, you know what, this is where they at. They may be at their bottom right now. And I got this man that's giving me all the game I need to get from point A to point B. I'm going from being broke to how to get money.
Does not equal truth. Game is not truth. Manipulation
that game.
is not truth.
Game is truth. Is telling the truth game.
You just said game. I'm quoting you.
No, I didn't
you
say
said
that.
Game. You said game. So I'm telling you, game is not truth, and manipulation is not truth.
I don't think I didn't. If I said game, I didn't mean
game is up.
JR, let's rewind.
Game is up.
Let's rewind the tape now. We're gonna go back.
No, I was saying like that's like, are you considering that game? I said that's not game. Like
Well,
that's just being truthful, unless you're saying that now
Let
being
me tell you,
truthful, that's
game,
part of the game.
okay.
game is not necessarily.
I disagree with y'all, but that's fine. If y'all, that's your perspective.
Well, I don't know.
How you look at it,
Hell, I can't say I
disagree
know
with you.
pimps like that. But the thing is, at the end of the day, the woman can always opt out. So it's not like this is some mandate or something like that. It's a certain type of woman
We
that wants
talking
to
about
pimp.
the hoes.
To
We
each his
talking
own.
about the truth versus lie.
I never felt the need to be anything other than transparent, and it's the same way with my daughter because I can't see in my mind the benefits of it.
Yeah.
I can't see the outcome of anything that comes from it. Worst case scenario, she tells me no, and then I don't have to waste time with her, and I can move on to somebody that's actually interested in me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that
You know what,
was
Anton? I support that logic. I feel I have two people that have introduced that to me. I will say that I have lied to people before, you know. But the thing is, just backtracking, not necessarily in a relationship setting, but my grandfather, he would always say, "Your word is your bond," right? Without your word, you have nothing. And there was a case, I think I was in high school, and I had needed some money for some event at school, right? And the thing is, it wasn't about the money that I lied about, but he said, "When did you know about this? Like, when did the school tell you you needed this money for this event?" I told him I just found out. He said, "Bullshit. You didn't just find out." And the thing is, you sitting up here lying to me. And the thing is, that's one thing I don't do. I don't do lying. So
Yeah.
he said, your word is your bond. He said, somebody could be dead broke, but if this person gave their word and they being truthful, you got to honor it. So like I said, whether it's a homeless person, a pimp, hole, hell, the governor, whoever. But if you are giving your word on this how you feel, your truth is your truth. So that's my first person that I learned to be truthful. And the second person is really, man, my wife. At the time, of course, we wasn't married. But the thing is, she would have this thing where she would call them half truths, right? So the thing is, I wouldn't tell necessarily a lie. I just would not tell the whole story. So the thing is, again, I call bullshit. So that was the second person that introduced me to the fact that, like, all right, that's a half truth. Because technically, I could bullshit and say, like, I didn't lie to you. But you didn't tell me the whole story either. So the thing is, it's all about telling the whole story. So even to this day, I try to be truthful, and sometimes I may come off as long-winded, but because I want to make sure I'm not talking a lot, but I'm telling the whole story. Yeah. Even when we talk on this show, I always try to tell the whole story about how I feel. Yep. So to me, hey, it's less stressful that way, and not just in relationships, but in life. But I had to learn that, though, Anton. I did not identify that until years later, and I now can look back at that lesson to be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But at the time, it was like, no, let me just get this quick win and not tell her what happened, or not tell my granddad why I need the money. It always
I don't even lie to like I got videos on my channel where I would give out $250 a day, and I would do this thing called $1 for a hug, and I would go out every morning to everybody that go out and work, and I would be downtown, and I would give $1, and I would hold a sign that say $1 for a hug, and they would be like, "What you mean? I'm not giving you $1." But no, I'm gonna give you $1 for a hug to get your day started right. But the thing about it is that, like, even with homeless people, I give out a lot of money, but if I don't want to get, or if I don't have the cash, whatever, I don't be like, oh, I don't have it. I'll be like, fam, I can't give it to you, bro. Like, I would just be real with them. Like, I'm not going. I don't want to practice or get in the habit of doing something that doesn't make sense for me long term, because eventually it grows, and it's a seed, and it grows into something that's much larger. And again, I just see the benefits of, like, even with my wife, like, if I see a chick that's bad, I don't be like, nah, I wasn't looking at her. I'll be like, man, she's fine though.
Can I say one thing? And then Anton, Tawan, I know you ready. But I just want to say one thing.
I'm gonna let y'all have this.
No, the thing is, like, Anton, the thing is, regardless of what age or whatever, how you kind of came about of, like, knowing this is who you are, this really goes back to you identifying that this is Anton Daniels and this is what I represent. It takes a while to get to a point in your life where you know exactly what you represent. If you still kind of, because remember the shit we was talking about with the self-deception and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. This is an element of the self-deception. I ain't deceiving you because I still haven't figured out who I am, so I'm creating this image. And part of that image is the lie. So that's where the lie lies. with this image. So if I'm associating this deception with who I'm supposed to be, guess what? That lie becomes lying, and then guess what? I am the liar because I got to keep the story going.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Tawana, I want to ask you: is there a difference between lying because you're selfish versus lying with the intent to hurt?
Sure. I mean, obviously, I don't even know if intention matters. I always tell people that I really don't care what your intention was. I mean, if you lied to me, you lied to me. Like, it doesn't matter to me if you lied to me because you didn't want to hurt me versus
So you
lied to me because you told me the truth. Like, I don't want to do that. But say,
Tawana's the hard one. People think that I'm the hard one. Tawana's the hard one.
I'm tough. Oh no, people tell me all the time because some people say that I'm too blunt and too honest with people, right? So I've over time kind of allowed people to tell me, give me that feedback, and I've tried to adjust and change. And then it drove me crazy because I felt like I was holding stuff in that I really wanted to say to people, and I was holding back when I really wanted to like go in. So I lost myself and lost some of my, my natural instinct to determine when people, BSing me. So I feel like I'm back to that. Like, no, I'm just going to say how I feel. And then I'm just going to lose friends or whoever else I got to lose. But it's absolutely, to me, it doesn't matter. The intention to, when you lie, you're a liar. Yeah, that's just what it is. And that's just how I feel. I don't really care.
I don't look at those as being synonymous with each other.
Yeah, well, to me,
I had a feeling you was going to disagree with that.
Well, if you lie one time, I don't think you're a liar. No, what I'm saying is if you've lied to me, even if you had a good intention for the reason you lied to me, it's not going to take away the pain or how I feel about it. And I'm talking about our family. I'm talking about family secrets.
Hey, can I throw in a
very lie about? But listen, okay, think about this. If it's these family secrets that people cover up, right? And they can cover up huge secrets that can almost damage you, when you find out. And their reasoning for cover up the secret is always to protect you, and it's always to maintain privacy, and it's always in their mind a good reason why they didn't tell you something. Then you 30, you 35, or you find out later on in life, and it can really ruin your life, some of these secrets. So regardless of the intention, to me, it doesn't matter. I just feel that it's a lie, and it's still hurtful, and it's still gonna sting.
Do you ever feel that, like, if you're the recipient of the lie, that you allowed yourself to be lied to? Like, do you feel that, like, because think about the example I gave with my grandfather, right? The thing is, he could have just let me lie to him, right? But he called me on it. Do you feel if you've been lied to, don't you also have a responsibility to call somebody out to say, like, nah, that ain't true. Nope, that's you lying. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, that goes back to the type of person. Is it your fault that you allow yourself to be lied to?
Yeah, I have a girlfriend that do that. She lies all the time. And one time it's so weird because I told her.
Y'all still girlfriend?
I got a lot of girlfriends, so she won't know.
Oh, okay.
She won't know who she is.
I don't know.
Let me just say this.
I just have to ask.
I'm not going to say the exact story, but one time.
Squad?
Listen, one time I told a story, and she came back like a month later, and said the same story as if it was her who went through the situation. And I'm like,
call out?
I didn't. And so now I'm thinking about your situation, B. Nix, and what you said, because I'm like, now me and my friends talked about her. You know what I'm saying? Like we all talked about her. Like, she weird. Like, why was she? Who does that? Who recreates somebody's life and tells somebody's story like it's theirs? That's weird, right? But I didn't say anything in the moment, which I should have been like, no, that's my story. That's my life. You can't steal people's lives and just pass it off as yours. But I didn't. And I mean, and now I'd be looking at her like, is she lying? Is she recreating somebody else's story? Is she telling me the truth? So it does have me questioning that person.
Tawana, I don't know. I think you're a little bit hard in that you don't think that context matters and the reason why. Because the reasons why is the understanding behind why it is that we, understand, able to digest how something is playing out. And I just feel like people can come back from things when they start to, or when they or be truthful. It's so easy to forgive. And that's why I just think that context matters. I think it's hard as it relates to that.
Yeah, I'm hard because once you lie, you can have the best intention, but I could care less.
No.
You might as well have had bad intentions with me.
So why would somebody come back? So why would somebody come back? Let's say that I feel bad.
Don't tell me the truth. If you don't tell me the truth, then just hey, keep it moving. Because I'm gonna treat you.
Well, you know what?
That's why guys be like, skip it. I'm gonna just ride it out, sit here and try to fix the situation to come clean because she don't want to know the truth. I want
to know the truth. I don't want to know a lie. I don't want to know a lie, a bold-faced lie, and don't justify why you lied.
Fellas,
that's gonna drive me crazy.
So any guy that I've gave advice to and say, yo, you need to go ahead and just be honest with her and fix it, I take it back. You gotta go.
Well, I don't know, but see, I think
situation by situation.
We talking about the truth, though.
But
we talking about lies.
But can we go back to like, because I admit there's been women that I have lied to that has allowed me to lie, and they've created the space for me to then become a liar.
That's right.
You know what? No harm, no foul. Right? I had no repercussions. Nobody called me to the carpet, and then it's kind of like, if anything, it enabled the behavior. It's like, cool.
Hey, Nix, maybe you was a good liar. Maybe they didn't know.
Listen, because if I find out somebody lied, your life is a living hell.
Yeah, but you know what?
You are not going to be happy with me because I am the worst person to lie to. So yeah,
actually, I appreciate that, and not just from the aspect of who I'm dating, but whoever's in my circle. I want to be called out.
Yeah,
I want to know that we have a relationship where you can call me out to make me a better person. The thing is, if you allow me to do my thing and lie and continue to lie, I will run all over you. And
now, let me ask y'all this: is an omission? So let's say is silence a lie, though, right? So like, if you just don't want to comment, what you say? That's not a lie. I'm asking because I'm wondering. You know, if you just don't want to comment, right? You don't want to say anything because you just don't want to implicate yourself, or you don't want to talk about the situation, or you don't want to have to lie, but you know what happened, right? But you just refuse to get involved.
That's not a
Is that a lie?
If we defining a lie, that's not a lie.
Yeah, it's not a lie, but I mean,
that's something else, though.
You know, yeah. What is it?
I don't know. I got to think about it. But
I've been in a situation where somebody said, if you withhold information from me, that's also a lie. If it's vital to the relationship, if it's important for someone to know, that's what they told me. And I've never heard it until I was in that situation before.
Okay.
And it got me to think like, damn, like, is that true? Like, if you withhold information from somebody that they should know, is that considered
like you said,
lying?
JR, is situational. All this shit is situational. So I still don't want to couch that and nest it under a lie. I can't call that a lie. That's some other shit.
Right.
But it's not a lie.
If I got daddy issues, right?
Right.
But I don't feel comfortable talking to you about my daddy issues because I don't feel like our relationship is at that point yet.
That's
not omitting or lying to you.
No.
That's me wanting to participate in this level of conversation because your interpretation of where we at in the relationship and my interpretation of it is two different things. That's not a lie.
Yeah, it's not. And I admit, and you know, I'm the first one to say on this show some shit I don't care about. There are many cases in my life where I just straight up don't care. Is it a lie? No. Am I going to entertain it? Not at all. It's like, hey, it's whatever as far as I'm concerned. Is that a lie? No. But the thing is, if you're going to press me about it and you really want to know how I feel, I'm going to tell you. But the only thing is, I would say that maybe opposite of Anton and Tawana. And Anton going to talk about me about this because he's going to feel like this whole politician aspect. You know, I'm all about how to properly message and frame what I want to say. That's just who I am, right? Or who I've evolved into. So, like you said, Tawana, you're going to say it wrong. I may say it, but it may not sound the same way, even though we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, next, let me ask you this.
I've always been told.
Next, I want to give you another example.
Okay.
I'm going to give you an example. Okay, let's just say that you have your girlfriend, for example.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you guys, let's just say your fiance. You know, she's your fiance now. and you cheated on her.
Hmm.
She never knew you cheated on her, and she's never asked. Like, is that considered like a lie? Like, if she asks you, well, if she's saying like, yeah, like I love you. You've been 100 with me the whole entire time. You've been a stand up type of guy. You've been there for me. This is the reason why I want to go all the way and marry you. But you never tell her. Is that considered a lie?
I cheated. Is that a lie? I mean, I didn't tell her the truth.
Yes,
It's a half truth, right?
No, it's a lie.
Well, I didn't lie, but the thing is, I cheated. So the thing is lying synonymous with cheating?
Y'all
is
are
cheating and lying the same thing?
Well,
Tawana, I want to ask you, Anton. Hey, fall back real quick, bro. Hey,
Gotcha.
Tawana, I'm talking to you. Is cheating the same as lying? Are the two things both the same thing?
yes.
Oh, okay. So lying is cheating.
Yes, because you're being deceitful when you're cheating. That's what you're doing. You're
So
lying.
it's deceitful. It's not lying though.
You're lying to your partner because whatever the case may be, that person doesn't know that that's what you're doing in that moment.
If she never
is
asked,
that a half truth then? Because technically, I didn't lie because I didn't tell you, but I didn't tell you the whole story. So when
this like that question: if the tree fall in the forest and you don't hear it, do it make a sound? I guess so. I guess that's
all right, Tawana. I want to ask you a question. I'm gonna ask
Did
you
I
the same.
tap dance enough, Anton?
Hey, Tawana, I want to ask you a question. Okay, so let's say.
Hold on, JR. Ask that question now, bro. Because Tawana is the same person that says, so she'll say that omission is lying, but then at the same time, she'll sit there and say that a guy asking a girl how many people that she's been with. You see where I'm going with this, bro? Like
finish your statement because I'm confused. Like, okay.
But then you choose to omit certain details of your life that plays a role in how I feel about you.
I refuse to omit it. I didn't lie about it.
But you just said omission is lying.
Well, I told the person that I'm not going to tell you. That's not a lie. That's the truth.
It's only when men do it, but not with women at that time. That's what it is.
If a man tells me that's not my business, I would be okay.
But my point is that
I'm okay with
that because she didn't ask is not enough to justify that that's not a lie. But my point is that if you're saying that omission is a lie, you can't have it both ways. It's got to be a lie on both sides of the fence when you feel like, or when that person is discussing or having a conversation and feel like this information is pertinent, for you to omit it on either side, according to how you described it, says it's a lie, right?
I didn't omit that though. I'm not.
Well, yeah, but is that supposed to make me feel
about
better?
Why I didn't want to
refuse to tell me. So what is that called? Because then now
that's what it is. You don't need to know.
Because now you're
refusing. Your business.
But isn't that a lie?
Go ahead, there. I just
you ain't got to date me.
Wouldn't that still be a lie? No, Anton. Hey, Anton, hear me out.
That's how it goes.
How defines it. Wouldn't that still be a lie?
It'll still be a lie, Nick.
That is not no lie. A lie is when you purposely, when someone says,
so you gonna sit up here and tell me what you not gonna tell me, and I'm supposed to be okay with that?
Yeah, that's not a lie.
Oh hell no.
A lie would be
no, man.
A lie would be me saying, well, I 1.5.
Yeah,
one guy.
Who are you trying to convince?
I'm not convincing y'all nothing because I already told you I'm not gonna say.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're trying to make.
It sounds like Tawana is saying that if men do it, it's not okay, and if a woman does it,
no, you're the only one who try to separate genders. I've never done that.
No,
okay, so I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, Tawana. Hold on.
This is about solely what Tawana is talking
about. I'm about to give her an example.
I straight up disagree with.
I'm about to give her a situation.
I never said all women should think like me, and some women are honest with their partners about what they do and who they.
No, we don't even gotta make it bigger than what it is. We talking about what Tawana Lewis said.
That's right. Yeah. What I say.
Okay, Tawana, I'm gonna give you a situation. Okay.
Uh-huh.
You and your guy in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
One time, maybe about 3 years ago, you made out with somebody. It didn't go all the way. You made out with somebody. He never knew. Is that a lie?
No.
No.
How is that a lie?
I mean, it's something that's important that he should probably know, right?
What? No, if someone asks me, if he comes to me and says, "Did you make out with this guy?" Like, I heard you made out with this
Well,
guy.
that's the same
And
thing
I
that I
say
said.
yes.
That's the same thing I said with Nick's, and you said no, it wasn't right. You said that it's his duty to report that information to his fiance.
Okay, but that wasn't my fiance or my man at the time. If I kissed his friend while me and him together, and I come home and lie,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't know
you
him.
guys are together. You guys are together.
You said before I got
okay. You guys are together,
and I kissed his friend.
and it could be anybody. It got to be a friend. It could just be like you made out with somebody or whatever. It didn't go all the way. He never knew. Is that valuable information that he should know?
Did I lie? Yeah, I lied. I'm not worth a damn. If nothing else, I'm lying about.
Now I'm confused
in this relationship.
I'm confused.
I was just trying to clean it up a little bit because
you
guys understood the point. That's why you guys were laughing.
First, he said before my relationship.
Did I say before that time? Did I say before? Be next. Did I say before?
And I don't even know, man. I'm just confused. Man. I'm distracted.
You said before we got in a relationship, I kissed someone, and it was his friend, and now we're together, and so now should go back and be like,
we just talking about the same thing. And then I said I called it, and now I'm playing on naming conventions for shit. But I called it a half truth. You called it lying. Somebody else called it cheating. Like, the thing is, my point was that is lying and cheating the same thing? You said yes. So then now, are we defining sex as cheating and kissing is not cheating? So now we have different levels of cheating.
Well, he said before my relationship. I mean, while I'm in a relationship, that's totally different.
Well, y'all in a relationship before y'all got engaged or something? Like, all right, another scenario, JR, since you're sitting on these.
Hold on, Nix.
I mean, I don't understand.
Nix.
I don't understand either.
It was clear.
Nix, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Can someone who has lied ever change?
Yeah. I agree with that.
Of course, because B Nick's lied before, so he could.
But see, now
Hey, Nix, can you tell me why? Hey, Nix, can you tell me why?
We talking to a nun over here.
I've lied before. I have.
Hey, Nix, can you tell me why you feel that way?
In your whole life.
Hold on, guys. Hold on,
JR.
Hold on.
Your whole life, Tawana, you just have never, ever lied.
I said I have.
She said she lied. She said she lied before.
Oh, okay, well, don't try to label me.
I said I lied before.
Yeah, talk about, of course, since B Nix is a liar.
Hey, Nix, go ahead and finish. And Nix, finish your response. You said that someone that has lied can't change. Can you tell me why? Why you feel that way?
I feel like it has to be an intentional effort to be different. So the thing is, knowing that you are a liar or have lied or lying, from that point forward, is this a continuous pattern of your behavior? I think anybody can make a conscious effort to be a better version of themselves. That's fine. And I don't think there's no rule or, situation. It's up to that individual person. Yeah. Now, if they continue to lie and say, I'm going to change, and they haven't changed, that's foul. And whoever's with that person, I want to say that, again, you should also not enable this person to continue to lie. Yeah. Like, hey, whether you get caught or not, or whatever the situation, how it plays out, from this point on, if you got a partner or even somebody in your squad, I almost feel that we're all accountability partners as well. You can't be squad and then just allow me to lie to you. And then if you do allow me to lie to you, now it comes to a point where what type of person are you that you just allow yourself to be lied to? Whether it's unintentional or not, but it's like, come on, we're all adults, we're grown, things don't add up. So that's the thing, it goes both ways. But overall, yes, someone can change as long as they put forth the effort.
Anton, same question. Can someone that has lied ever change?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a huge believer in forgiveness. I'm a huge believer in change and transformation. So I think that people can come back from virtually anything, short of something as it pertains to kids, doing something to kids. I'm a huge believer in forgiveness and allowing people to come back from and become what it is that they want to become, which is one of the main reasons why me and Tawana disagree, is because I think that context matters, and I think that people can come back from what it is that they're saying, and it's the reason why we ask people, why did you do this? Because we're trying to understand where they are in order to be able to more effectively be whatever it is that they need us to be in their life, be the best version of themselves. So yeah, I'm an advocate of allowing people to come back from it and making people, placing them in a space where they feel comfortable enough to tell the truth.
Hey, Anton, you said that people ask why. I'm just curious. Why do they ask why, and they're still gonna look at you as a liar? You know, they ask you, and it still doesn't matter. Even if you explain the reason, it still doesn't matter. Why is that?
I think that some people want closure. You know what I'm saying? So that they don't continue to have to live with it over and over after the situation is over. They don't have these continuous questions in their mind that they don't feel is not answered. And I think that's why some people say it. But I think that, and it's two ends of the spectrum. Other people say it because they truly want to understand who you are and why you did what you did, so that you can become a better version of yourself. And that's a part of the whole forgiveness aspect of that sphere. So I just think that it's two different ends of the spectrum. It depends on who you're talking to, how scorned they are, and how far along they are in their lives as far as allowing people to be forgiven and forgiving other people. So,
Tawana, can someone that has ever lied ever change?
I don't do absolute. So of course, a person that lies once or lies a few times in their lives can change, but a liar cannot change. I'm sorry. I have yet to see someone who lies consistently, always telling you, cannot ever tell you the truth. You can't get a straight answer. I've never seen that person change, and that's just my opinion. They go to their grave a liar, and I've seen it my whole life. And I think, yes, if you've lied, maybe the reason you lied is applicable in some cases, like Anton said. And maybe, your lies are not malicious, right? You have good intentions when you do it. Then that could affect your behavior, moving forward, and it doesn't change your character. But when lying is a part of who you are, and that is what you do, you lie about the simplest things. Like, I know people who lie about just like, did I wash up this morning? Yeah, I did. Like, you didn't know. Like, I don't understand why you lying about that. Just about the littlest things. And they lie their entire lives. They like rarely change and become this truthful, honest person. That's just my opinion.
So you're saying that there's a such thing as a level of lying. Like, there's things that are big lies and there are things that are little lies.
Absolutely. In my opinion, I believe that some lies, well, I think not so much as level of lies, but consistency and the types of things you lie about. I think that's important. Like, you can't get my mother will not lie about anything. She hates to lie. So we went to McDonald's and they gave us free food, and she had to go back and tell them, like, you all gave us an extra. I'm like, Mom, seriously, most people would just take it. She just don't like to lie about simple stuff. And that's just her character. And then there's some people who will be like, yeah, give me that free stuff and just ride off, right? Nothing's wrong with that other person. But if you will steal from your mama, steal from your grandma, steal from strangers, do all these other things, I mean, and people ask you and you lie, you're probably going to be a liar your whole life. You're probably going to be a thief your whole life. That's all I'm saying. So it just happens. That's just how I feel.
Hey, Nix, I want to ask you a question. Do you feel as though, being someone that has lied before, do you feel as though when you're in the act of lying that it's not...
he gonna forever live that
down. Huh? What happened?
What happened?
Being someone that has lied before.
I've lied before. I've lied before as well.
I am about labeling, but I was just gonna bring that up later. But I did make no mention.
Well, being someone that has lied before, do you feel as though do you feel as though, like, in that moment, that it wasn't, like, you couldn't gauge how big it meant in that moment? the person that you're lying to, of course, it was big when they found the truth out. But do you feel as though in that moment that you couldn't clearly see that it was major?
I don't think I cared, like whether it's major or not. I think when you lie, is really about for that moment. I think a lot of times, like the lie, not the lying or being a liar, but a lie is really like an interim solution. I don't think you're looking that far into the future, big picture. It's just for that immediate moment. And the thing is, we're all creatures of habit. So if you have this habit of now when shit, you're in this situation, how do you respond? How do you pivot? Some people pivot when they're in a tough situation by creating a lie. And guess what? Now you strung together a series of lies, what now makes you lying about certain situations. So yeah, so I mean, it's just I don't know. I don't know if I answer your question or whatever, but
it sounds like you did.
Yeah, you did. You did. This is my last question now. I'm gonna ask you, Anton, why is it so hard for a person that has lied to be forgiven?
Yeah, you should ask Tawana.
Well, the thing,
one that's like got the iron fist on how she treats liars. I
That
guess
is
Anton more about reform.
Yeah.
I still got grudges, baby, to this day.
Okay, Tawana. Okay, you go ahead and answer it, Tawana. After Anton.
wait, but let me
answer that question.
Let me add this 30-second answer. What people don't forgive is that once you ask somebody for forgiveness, let's say you're the person that created the offense, or you're the person that lied. You have to understand that once you ask for forgiveness, you're cool, you clear. You've done what it is that you need to do, as long as you continue to progress and no longer like create the offense. Forgiveness for people that don't forgive and hold grudges, you only hurting yourself. Like, forgiveness isn't for them, it's for you. It's so that you can let go of this thing in your heart, or you can move forward, or you can allow a relationship to now blossom and grow. It's not for the other person. So when people say, "Oh man, I can't get over it," or I don't like them," or "I'm holding a grudge," or "I'll never forgive them," you have this hole in your heart. It's not against them. A lot of times they've already moved on, or they've progressed in their life because they got that monkey off their back. You got to understand that forgiveness is for you. It's not for them. So it is okay once you ask for forgiveness. If you were the person that lied, as long as you now creating a narrative that I'm no longer going to perpetuate this behavior and I'm a better person as a result of it, you don't have to continue to prove yourself to the person that you lied to. You are making amends. You are going to live your life as a better person. It's okay. But as far as them not you can't let that hold you back from continuing to be the best version of yourself.
Okay.
No, facts.
Very true.
And Tawana, you go ahead and answer that question. Why is it so hard for the person that has lied to be forgiven?
So for me, when you violate my trust, like when I know that I cannot trust you, it's very, very difficult for me to flip back. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because I am very forgiving and I am very open to, but people rarely ask for forgiveness. They rarely do. But if someone comes to me and say, "Look, I did this and I lied on you, I lied and I'm sorry," I will be very open to that. But for the most part, people lie on you. They will destroy your life, destroy your relationships, destroy your family, everything, and will have no regret and will not care. And so it's very hard for me to be the bigger person in those situations. And it's happened to me so many times that it's like, I can't even understand why a person would even want to lie about stuff like simple, like stuff like that, just why they want to hurt you so bad. And so once I see your character and I know what type of person you are, I'm done. Like I can walk past you and not even say hi or not even acknowledge that you're a person. So yeah, that's how cold I can be. And I'm dead serious. Like I have been hurt enough where it's like it don't bother me. And I move on with my life and I'm good.